untold story of Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, has become one of the most influential and enigmatic figures in contemporary global politics. His journey from a modest Soviet childhood to the pinnacle of Russian power is marked by numerous untold stories and lesser-known aspects of his life. Early childhood in Leningrad. Putin's early years were spent in a communal apartment in Leningrad. His parents, Maria Ivanovna Shalomova and Vladimir Spiridonovich Putin, were factory workers. The Putin family lived in modest conditions, sharing their apartment with two other families. The harsh realities of post-war Leningrad shaped young Vladimir's character. His mother, a devout Christian, instilled in him a sense of discipline and moral duty, while his father, a World War II veteran, influenced his understanding of resilience and patriotism. School years and early interests. As a child, Putin was not particularly studious. He was more interested in sports and physical activities. He began practicing Sambo, a Soviet martial art, and later judo. These disciplines taught him the importance of strategy, patience, and physical fitness, which would play crucial roles in his later life. His judo coach, Anatoly Raklin, recalled Putin as a determined and persistent boy who never gave up, no matter the odds. Putin's academic performance improved significantly during his teenage years. He developed an interest in law, inspired by spy novels and films about the KGB. This fascination led him to apply to Leningrad State University, LSU, to study law, a decision that would set the course for his future career. University life and KGB ambitions. At LSU, Putin was a diligent student. He kept a low profile but maintained excellent grades. It was here that he met Anatoly Sobchak, a professor of law who would later become the mayor of St. Petersburg and play a significant role in Putin's political career. While at LSU, Putin joined the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, CPSU, which was a necessary step for anyone aspiring to join the KGB. After graduating in 1975, Putin realized his childhood dream by joining the KGB, the Soviet Union's main security agency. His initial years in the KGB were spent in Leningrad, where he engaged in counterintelligence activities. He later attended the elite Yuri Andropov Red Banner Institute, where he received advanced training in intelligence and espionage. KGB career and Dresden posting. Putin's KGB career took a significant turn in the mid-1980s when he was posted to Dresden, East Germany. His work there remains shrouded in mystery, but it is known that he operated under the guise of a translator and cultural attaché. This period was crucial for Putin, as he witnessed firsthand the collapse of the Eastern Bloc and the fall of the Berlin Wall. The chaos and instability that followed left a lasting impression on him, shaping his views on governance, power, and the West. While in Dresden, Putin's network and understanding of international relations deepened. He returned to Leningrad in 1990, disillusioned by the KGB's decline and the Soviet Union's impending collapse. Transition to politics. Upon his return, Putin worked as an advisor on international affairs to Anatoly Sobchak, who had become the mayor of Leningrad, later St. Petersburg. This position allowed Putin to transition from intelligence to politics. He quickly gained Sobchak's trust and rose through the ranks, taking on various roles, including deputy mayor. The early 1990s were a tumultuous time in Russia, with rampant corruption and economic hardship. Putin's administrative skills and loyalty to Sobchak earned him a reputation as a competent and reliable official. However, when Sobchak lost his re-election bid in 1996, Putin faced a career setback. Rise to power. Despite this setback, Putin's career took a significant leap forward when he moved to Moscow and joined the administration of President Boris Yeltsin. His initial roles included deputy chief of the Presidential Property Management Department and later the head of the Federal Security Service, FSB, the successor to the KGB. Putin's steady rise continued, and in August 1999, Yeltsin appointed him as prime minister. Yeltsin, plagued by health problems and political scandals, saw Putin as a loyal and untainted successor. On December 31st, 1999, Yeltsin resigned, and Putin became the acting president of Russia. Early presidency and consolidation of power. Putin's early presidency focused on stabilizing Russia, which was reeling from economic crises and political instability. He launched a campaign against the oligarchs who had amassed enormous power during the 1990s. This move was both popular with the public and crucial for consolidating his control over the country. One of Putin's first major challenges was the Second Chechen War, which he prosecuted with a combination of military force and political strategy. His tough stance on Chechnya and his promise to restore Russian pride and stability resonated with many Russians. In March 2000, Putin was elected president in his own right. Throughout his first two terms, 2000-2008, Putin worked to centralize power, reduce regional autonomy, and strengthen the state's role in the economy. He introduced reforms that boosted economic growth, largely driven by high oil prices, which helped raise the standard of living for many Russians. The Medvedev interlude and return to power. Due to constitutional term limits, Putin did not run for president in 2008. Instead, he supported his close ally, Dmitry Medvedev, who won the election. Putin assumed the role of prime minister, but it was widely understood that he retained significant influence over Russian politics. In 2012, Putin returned to the presidency amidst widespread protests and accusations of electoral fraud. His third term was marked by a more assertive foreign policy, including the annexation of Crimea in 2014, which led to international sanctions and a deterioration in relations with the West. Domestically, he continued to tighten control over the media, civil society, and political opposition. Recent developments and current influence. In 2018, Putin was re-elected for a fourth term. His leadership style has remained consistent, a blend of authoritarianism, nationalism, and strategic maneuvering. Under his rule, Russia has reasserted itself as a global power, though this has often put it at odds with Western countries. Putin's domestic policies have focused on maintaining political stability and economic resilience, even in the face of sanctions and global economic challenges. His government has also promoted a conservative agenda, emphasizing traditional values and Russian cultural heritage. Personal life and legacy. Putin's personal life has been kept largely private. He was married to Lyudmila Shkrebneva from 1983 until their divorce in 2013. They have two daughters, Maria and Katerina, who have also maintained a low public profile. Putin's hobbies include judo, horseback riding, and ice hockey, which he often showcases to project an image of vitality and strength. As Putin approaches the end of his fourth term, his legacy is a subject of intense debate. Supporters credit him with restoring stability and national pride, while critics accuse him of undermining democratic institutions and human rights. His future plans remain uncertain, but recent constitutional changes could allow him to remain in power until 2036. Conclusion. Vladimir Putin's life story is a complex tapestry of ambition, resilience, and strategic acumen. From his humble beginnings in Leningrad to his dominance in the Kremlin, he has navigated the turbulent waters of Soviet collapse, post-Soviet transition, and global geopolitics. The untold stories of his early years, KGB career, and rise to power reveal a leader who is deeply shaped by the history and challenges of his nation. Whether viewed as a stabilizing force or a ruthless autocrat, Putin's impact on Russia and the world is undeniable, and his legacy will be debated for generations to come.